that average is.
On a late spring morning, a group of wildlife researchers and volunteers is preparing for an elk hunt. But it's not your usual hunt. The group is searching for newborn elk calves in hopes of gathering some information, radio tagging them, and then releasing them.
There's a fairly consistent decline in calf production. In the late 70s, early 80s, most of western Montana, calf production was as high as 50 calves produced for every 100 cows. And now it's about half of that.
Grad student Jared Rathel is leading a study to determine why the numbers of elk calves are declining in the Garnet Mountains, just east of Missoula. But finding answers or just finding the elk calves themselves is no easy job.
And then what I do is just kind of meander, in a linear fashion, but kind of back and forth and letting my eyes bounce.
We need to find answers. And the best way for us to do this is come out, pound the ground, see what we find.
But so far, no sign of an elk calf. Then we see a good sign.
Naima, we got a lone cow. It's off to the right, to the north. What's she doing?
An elk cow that doesn't run off as soon as she spots us is probably protecting a calf. So everybody converges on the area where the cow was spotted. More walking and looking, checking around the sagebrush, but still no luck. It's been nearly 2 hours and we still haven't found an elk calf. The field researchers say this job can be very frustrating, like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
Except it's a needle that can run. Wildlife research is kind of hit or miss.
But just when you think it's a miss, you get a hit.
What's your location and step back from it. Remember where it is.
Maybe get a little high and wave everybody in, and we'll go from there. Good job.
One of the volunteers spots a calf bedded down in some sagebrush. But this one is too big and too strong for the researchers to safely capture.
I was hoping he might hunker down one more time and we might have a shot. That calf is a minimum 7-8 days old. We don't have a very good batting average in catching them when they're that big. We like to get them 1, 2, 3 days old. So that calf was well aware of us and didn't let us get close enough to even attempt a dive.
But every day is a challenge, and every day you stumble across something really cool, even if it's a hawk that flies by, or you find an antler shed or something of that nature. And you're outside and it's beautiful.
The elk calf project will continue until the group has successfully captured and radio marked about 50 calves. Reporting near Ovando, Danielle Dellerson, NBC Montana.